So can you break down what is happening on October 14th and why an annular is different than a total solar?
Yeah, this eclipse coming up, which is on October 14th, it's a Saturday, is called an annular eclipse. And so that means that the moon is just far enough away from the Earth in its orbit where it's not going to block the entire sun. It's going to leave what scientists call a ring of fire around the sun. And that's going to be really spectacular because it's you see this dark ball move in front of the sun and then this ring of fire around it.
What is it going to be like with the annular eclipse compared to a total eclipse? Is it going to get as dark or does it stay a little bit lighter?
So yeah, no, that's a great question. So it will stay a little bit lighter. You don't get that path of totality. You get a path of annularity. And that path of annularity is still awesome because you can see the moon moving in front of the sun. But what you'll see, because the size of the moon is slightly smaller than the apparent size of the sun, it's the outer edge of the sun that you'll see. And so it'll appear as this brilliant ring. And if you have your eclipse glasses on, as a matter of fact, this is what they look like. These are eclipse glasses. And, you put them on, I can't see you at all. It's dark, right? You need to wear that eye protection during the annular eclipse the entire time so you can see and observe that ring around the sun.
So it's not like the total eclipse where when that was in totality, you could actually take off the glasses. The annular, you need to keep them on the entire time.
Exactly. So keep those glasses on the entire time. And if you don't have eclipse glasses, you can look at these eclipses indirectly, right? So you can create what's called a pinhole camera, and you can do it with anything. You take an index card, punch a little hole in that index card, and then turn your back to the eclipse and hold that card up. And the projection of the eclipse will be on the paper that you hold underneath of it, or the ground, or a table, or something like that. And the reason why you don't want to look up at an eclipse is because if it's not total, it's way too bright. You'll damage your eyes.
So where can we get these glasses, and how can we make sure that they're safe? Because surely there's some counterfeits out there.
Yeah, no, as a matter of fact, on these glasses, and NASA sent these glasses to me, they are ISO 12312-2. That is the certification number that you have to have on those glasses, and they're printed on the inside of the glasses, right? So you can kind of see them.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Right here, the ISO standard, and that will keep them. That means that they are safe to look at the sun through. And yes, there are counterfeits. And also, if you may have glasses from the last eclipse, from the 2017 eclipse, you want to check the glasses themselves. If they're wrinkled or they have any sort of crack in them, or they're coming away from the glasses, you may not want to use them because you could still damage your eye.
Good to know. What about photography and taking videos and taking pictures? I've heard rumors that you can really damage your camera. Is that true if you take a picture of the eclipse?
No. It depends on how powerful your lens is, and what you're focused on the sun. But you can take pictures with your iPhones, your Android phones of the eclipse. You can zoom in on it and take pictures. They do make filters for cameras that you can use that'll give you some pretty cool pictures back. But I got to tell you, Emily, when you're at an eclipse, and if you're going to see that ring of fire, and you're going to experience totality, perhaps in the April 8th total solar eclipse, just watch it. Watch it and take it in, because you know what? There's going to be probably 10,000 other professional photographers taking those pictures, and you'll be able to look at them afterward. But what you observe and feel is just amazing when either this annular eclipse or the total eclipse moves through.
So as far as weather, you said you had good clear skies for the last one. Where are you headed for? Are you going to be viewing both the annular and the total coming up? And where are you going, and where are the good spots when it comes to predictable clear skies?
Nice thing about the annular eclipse, there's going to be durations of annularity. For example, like in Dune City, Oregon, it's going to come ashore in Oregon. It could be 4 minutes and 29 seconds of annularity. So that is pretty awesome.
Does it vary? It varies in length in different locations?
It does. It does. And as a matter of fact, the moon is moving at a speed. The moon shadow is moving at a great speed across the area where the path of annularity is occurring. The moon is moving, somewhere between 5,800 miles per hour. To when it gets down to Texas, it'll be moving about, I think it's more like 1,700 miles per hour. And so the actual length of annularity varies, and it goes from like 4 minutes and maybe 40 seconds down to around Texas when it departs and goes over the Gulf of Mexico, about 4 minutes and 54 seconds. So that, if you're looking for the longest time of annularity, it's Corpus Christi. So if you're thinking about where you might want to be in a dry place, where the path of annularity moves over, places like New Mexico. As a matter of fact, Roswell is going to have a annularity. They're in the path of annularity.
So if you're not in that path that we see on the maps from NASA, are you still going to experience something?
Everybody in the United States, in the continental United States, is going to experience the eclipse. And if you have these glasses and you can watch it safely, I'm here in Annapolis, Maryland. We can put them on, look up, and you'll see the moon blocking part of the sun.
Is there anything weird that happens given the fact that it just suddenly gets dark in the middle of the day?
There has been theories and documented proof that animals behave differently during an eclipse. If you want to see an eclipse and you're interested in animals, then there are zoos that will be in the path of the eclipse. And you can go, and I'm sure that NASA would be very interested in the video you take of a particular animal and how it behaves when the eclipse comes over.
Anything else you want to share about the eclipse?
Just to make sure that you get these glasses or look at the eclipse indirectly.
Cool. Dave Jones, Storm Center Communications. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thanks, Emily. It's a pleasure. Thanks for inviting me on the podcast, and everybody get out and experience nature.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. While you're here, check out some other videos you just may like.